Guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So in today's video we're going to teach you how to get rid of the replace drum error on your MFC-L2740DW and the 2720DW model printer from Brother. These are laser printers, they're monochrome, and I was getting really frustrated yesterday, and we talked about this in my score and review video on this, that was one error that I had to figure out how to clear. So I did a bunch of research online and found a link to the Brother website specific to my printer. So if you don't have the 2740 or the 2720 like I do, do check out your Brother printer for what it's going to be, because these instructions are for those two printers only. Okay, so do check it out. So you can still click on the link if you're watching this video, and you can still click on the link and go to their support area and check out what you need for your particular printer to reset the drum error when you put a new drum in. Because apparently when you replace the drum, it doesn't always just automatically reset the counters for the lifespan, pages, and all that other jazz, and it can give you an error. It'll still print, no problems. You know, we showed that in my review video, that it'll still print, but it'll still keep giving you that error that'll drive you nuts. And you need to get rid of that error so that it can also properly count the pages, so that when the drum has exhausted its lifespan, you'll know actually when to replace it too, other than, you know, waiting for a bunch of blotchy ink and stripes to show up everywhere, kind of thing. Anyways, let's go to the computer now. We're going to do this as a screenshot and walk you through this, but you can still click on the link as well and do it on your own computer if you can't really follow my instructions online as we go through it. Okay, so here we go. Alright guys, so we're on the on screen. We're going to walk you through how to reset your Brother laser printer. Now this will only apply, this set of instructions, to the MFC-L2740DW and the 2720DW, okay? And that will show up in the bottom of the screen as we go through. If you have a printer different, you can still click on the link in the video description to get to this page, and then just search their site. Or you can keep it simple, go to Google, type in the model of your printer, and say, how do I reset the drum in my Brother blah 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 model printer, and it will probably shoot you a link somewhere on the Google page to the Brother website for your printer specifically. Also, there is a firmware update that you may have to do, especially if you have a 2740 or a 2720. There is a current firmware update that you should be doing to your printer, and you will need a USB cable to do this because of some other reason, I don't know why, but you can't do it wirelessly. So they suggest hook it direct to your computer with a USB printer cable. So anyways, well, let's get on with this. Number one, make sure the printer is actually turned on. Number two, open the front cover. Number three, remove the drum and toner assembly from the machine. Okay. Number four, reset the drum counter. Well, how do we do this? Well, for A, we press the little X on the touch panel, and then we press Settings on the touch screen. Then we press All Settings, and then we have to scroll to press on Machine Info. So it'll say Machine Info, so scroll to where it says Machine Info. Then you go to scrolling down the list until you come across Parts Life. I'm explaining this a little bit differently because they're not telling you that you actually have to scroll to some of these features, okay? So the instructions are good, but they could make them a little bit better. So this is the Kevy style to help you out. Alright, next, press and hold the pound key on the touchpad until the message on the display changes. Okay, now it will change to saying the word drum. Okay, so the pound key is located to the right of the 0 on the touch panel's dial pad. The dial pad will not be lit up while you are pressing the pound key. Okay, press drum on the touch screen. Now that's when the word drum appears on the screen on the printer. Then you click on it or press on it, and then you press yes, and then you press the home on the touch panel. Number 5, you reinstall the drum and the toner assembly into the machine. Number 6, close the front cover. 7, does replace drum still appear on the machine's display? Likely it won't, especially if this was all done correctly. It should not display. It may not display anyways, but my advice here is to go to step 8, Kevy 8, and that is to go and print yourself a page off, okay, and see if that error comes back up. Because what I was going through was very hellacious, and you know, I could print and then the error shows up, and then I press the X, I clear the error out. Next time I print something, it comes back again. So this is what we want to make sure of, is that error is not coming back. So you do need to print out a paper in order to find that out. Now it should print out a test paper regardless, but if it doesn't, well, then print something out on your own and then check the screen and see if that error comes up. Now, the only two products that these instructions apply to are down below: the MFC-L2720DW and the MFC-L2740DW. Okay? Again, for your laser printer model, go to their website or do the Google search, as I mentioned earlier, that is specific to your printer. Now, the other thing I can give you some advice to on is, if you're having some printing issues, is to remove the cartridge, the drum and cartridge assembly, and there's a little button on the top. Now, depending on whether or not you're running a compatible drum unit or a brother unit will depend on what that button looks like or color of it. There's a little instruction sticker near there, so it's kind of no-brainer to find it. And you just carefully unlock that tab and slide it back and forth the entire width of the of the drum, back and forth. I would say about 20-30 times. The idea here is you're cleaning the corona wires if you're having issues. Because I even tried that and it didn't clear the error. So it wasn't the corona wires in the end that was the problem. Definitely the original drum unit was toast. So was the cartridge. So in the end result, I did have in my collection a brand new sealed cartridge. Put that in, that cleared that error out, so now it says full cartridge now instead of empty, and it would still print. And I had the drum error, okay? And these things have to be reset, right? Now, generally when you replace a toner cartridge, follow the instructions to a T. Don't just take it out of the package and remove the little safety guard and throw it in. Cartridges have instructions where you're supposed to give them like a little rattle or a shake kind of thing. Don't get too violent or aggressive with it because you don't want to make a mess. Alright, but it's to loosen up the powder, because depending on how long it was sitting on the shelf for, the powder can settle and it kind of gets like impacted, right? So I'm actually going to be going through my other cartridges, because maybe that was part of their problem and I just didn't shake them enough and loosen up that tuner enough. But the brand new one, I gave it a little shake before I put it in. Okay, maybe a little bit more aggressive, but not totally aggressive. And I just whopped it in there, and voila, we have a full ink supply. But then I still had the drum error. I'm like, it's a brand new drum. We even took the drum unit out of my wife's printer, the 2720, and we know it was working perfect, right? And we threw it into mine, and we still had that drum error. It's because it had to be properly cleared. And these things don't always just automatically reset themselves, so you have to manually reset things to get things going. And then you can get rid of that error. So now if you do still have further problems even after you repeat these steps, they do suggest calling customer service down below here. There's a phone number, 1-877-276-8437 or 1-877-BROTHER. Take your pick for more further troubleshooting, and they will be more than happy to help you out with your printer. Anyways, that's what I have for you. That is all. Again, video description below is the link to this site for this specific printer, but it will get you to the other support areas as well for your printer if you're having these problems as well. So I'm so happy my printer is working 100% now and no more errors. Thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And smash the bell for notifications. This way you'll get updates to my channel as I upload new content. And we'll see you on the next one. See ya.